What's up, you guys? We have an arrival time for a reconciliation stimulus package, a revised Build Back Better bill. And this is your stimulus package update, Build Back Better update, and stimulus check update. Now, I just reported to you in my last video that the Senate have come to an agreement on more pandemic funding to help with vaccinations and therapeutics. And we heard that after that there will be new phases coming and there will be new agreements and talks about stimulus. And already, you guys, we have an update on arrival time. So when we can expect to see this, and it's going to be pretty quick because it's a midterm election year and Democrats, if they want to stay in power, are going to need to get stuff done. Now take a look at some of the headlines coming out, you guys. Dems plus a spring sprint for party line spending deal with Manchin, saying that they are going to get this done this spring. They are getting ready to get Joe Manchin on board. Take a look. Here it is. 56 days to get Manchin to agree to a deal on Biden's fat-lowering agenda. Democrats say that they have until Memorial Day to try and get a huge tax and spending bill passed. And the Russia crisis should supercharge the climate efforts in the Build Back Better 2.0. So you guys, they're working away on this. They're saying that they want to get this done and they want to get it done by Memorial Day. And they need to do so because it's after Memorial Day that things are going to start picking up for the midterm elections. And we have a 50-50 Senate and Democrats hold the House by the simplest of majority. So it is very likely that as we approach Memorial Day and then going into elections, there is going to be a whole lot of legislation going on. There's going to be a lot of proposals. Stimulus checks are already on the table for different bills for gas stimulus checks. And a lot of economic issues are going to be addressed through new legislation. So there's going to be a lot of flying around. We're going to see what's proposed and what actually passed. So you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in and get you caught up on the latest. So link in the description below to this article that came out yesterday that's going to be giving us more details on the arrival time of these packages. The article says Dems plus spring sprint for a party line spending deal with Manchin, and the subtitle says that Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says that the resuscitation of the bills, once called the Build Back Better, is a high priority for the caucus. But a revival won't be easy. Now the article says that Senate Democrats are preparing to make one last push for a deal with Joe Manchin on a huge party loan, tax and spending bill, and they say they'll do it differently this time. So as you know, it's been quite some time since we've been the last stimulus package, the American Rescue Plan, that was a year ago back in March of 2021. Now they're saying that they're going to get this done, but they're going to be addressing it significantly different. Now we will see reading on this says, with their 50-member majority points to confirm Captain Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court by the end of this week, Democrats say that they will quickly turn to trying to rebuild the bill once known as the Build Back Better. But rather than redux of the slow motion collapse of that $1.7 trillion plan, they say they will swiftly meet Manchin where he is at, so they're saying that they're more willing to negotiate and meet him at his current stances on provisions. And we've heard progressive says, just go ahead and do that because whatever we can pass through, let's do that. But then they're urging the president to do executive orders and executive actions to pass through on his own provisions that there is no agreement upon the Democratic Party. They're saying reallocate existing funds, pass checks, PACs, child tax credits, pass these provisions, cancel student debt, all these things. They're saying just do it on your own after we can get some sort of an agreement through. Now we will see reading it on next says you either do it before Memorial Day or you're not going to be doing it at all. So it's Senator Kim Kaine who is close to Senator Joe Manchin. Now the pivot from confirming the first black woman Supreme Court justice to reviving their top legislative priority could be the last major move that Democrats can pull off before the battle for the Senate control takes a hold. Washington Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says the party line bill's resuscitation is a high priority for his caucus, which needs a palate cleanser after swallowing a bitter bill of Manchin's rejections. Back in December, as you recall, he said that he could not support it in good faith and pretty much shut it down. But they said that they were going to continue talks, and now they are bringing it back to life. Now Manchin is open to a smaller focus on raising taxes on the rich and big corporations, also married with prescription drug reform and climate spending, which could be a significant accomplishment if it actually gets to Biden's desk. He wants roughly half of any new revenues from the bill to go toward deficit reductions, which is, as we heard, a major concern of Joe Manchin and many conservatives in Congress, as they're saying, the spending that has come from previous stimulus packages during the pandemic has caused this record high inflation that we haven't seen in 40 years. They do not want to add to it, they want to try to reduce it. So they're saying this bill is going to help pay for some of that. And it says Democrats say that if they can pass this package, they'll sell it this fall as a cost-cutting law that makes the wealthy pay their fair share. So they're saying we're going to get the wealthy pay for more taxes to help pay for these provisions. Now Democrats see Manchin's ad ready to negotiate more than 3 months after he went on Fox News and rejected their last plan. But in typical Manchin form, the conservative Democrat is saying coy about how serious prospects are for an agreement. So he's not coming out and saying we have a deal, but he's saying he is willing to come to a negotiating table. And they're saying that they're going to be pushing to get this done by Memorial Day. And Senator Joe Manchin had this to say, really, I can't give you a reading on it. If there's anything serious about this, you have chatted and we talked to everybody, but there's nothing really serious yet. Manchin said an interview now asked if that could change. He replied, it could after next week. We'll see after the charge and all of that. Maybe things will pick up. So you guys, we're hearing that Democrats are saying yes, it's going to be picking up and they're going to be getting this done by very soon. Now still Democrats insist that they already agreed on plenty of things like plowing money into alternative energy and cutting prescription drug prices. Giving up now would amount to a huge wasted opportunity as they get closer to a midterm that could erase their House and Senate majorities. But a prolonged fight that ends in failure would go over well either, so they still have a chance for a hearing to get this done. They're going to be pushing to do it. Giving up is just going to end in failure. They're at least going to try to get this done. So there you have it, you guys. A lot of news coming out this week. We have an update on our rivals' new phases of stimulus coming out. And we'll be seeing if there's any progress on gas stimulus checks, child tax credits, getting rid of student loan debt. There's a lot starting to come up and I'll keep you up to date here on the channel. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me and we'll catch you again in the next one.